fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. Oh yes, for a saint is just a sinner who fell down, but we couldn't stay there, and God say now. We fall down, but we get up. Get back up. We fall down, but we get up. Back up. We fall down. Oh my, we get back up again. For a saint is just a sinner. Oh, yes we are. But we can't stay there. There's a seed of righteousness inside of you. Oh, we say now. We get up. But we get back up. We fall down sometimes, but we get back up again.
You are listening to Bitter Cup Media, where inspired, controversial conversation matters. Your broadcast will begin in less than 2 minutes. We thank you for joining, and remember, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another.
Though he slay me, yeah, but I trust him. I'll trust in the Lord. Don't talk about and misunderstood. Yes, I've been lied on. But still, we've been made. Endure for a night. But I'm glad. I still have joy. After all, everybody say, oh. The world didn't give it to you. This joy, the world can't take it away. Say, have your hands up. Here we go. After all that I've been through. I still have joy. Hey, still. I still have joy. Still. I still have joy.
It's your boy G Morris hailing from deep East Oakland, and you listen to Bitter Cup Media.
Because the nighttime is the right time to have inspiring, controversial conversations that matter. It's time for Issues After Dark with your hosts, Donna Williams and Dion Evans. Issues After Dark is a deeper dive into today's breaking news, trending social media, and pop culture from a biblical perspective. Gather your thoughts, get your questions ready. Your hosts, Donna and Dion, will be taking your calls via the Bitter Cup Media Zoom line, as well as interacting with your social media commentary regarding today's topics. And now, Issues After Dark with Donna Williams and Dion Evans.
Happy Tuesday. Issues After Dark.
Tuesday.
Donna Williams, Dion Evans. And who knows what tonight's over. It's just one of those nights. And I'm looking forward to the subject matter. Donna, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
How the old saints say, how you faring?
I'm doing fairly well.
Fairly well.
Fairly well. How are you?
Good. I'm doing good. I got a really good nap. I ate more dinner than I thought I would eat before the broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
That was shocking and surprising.
Why was it shocking?
Because usually I don't get to eat because I want the nap.
Oh
I
yeah,
choose not to eat, and I'll eat after the
Yeah.
broadcast.
not good.
But whatever I had in my system, the nap ate it up. So when I got up, I was hungry.
You were hungry. You were. Well, I didn't get a nap today, so if
You
I
didn't get a
nod
nap
off,
today? What?
no,
How you keep your hair looking nice? You didn't get a nap all day.
I didn't get a nap at all.
Wow.
So if I nod off, just wake me up.
I'm not gonna let you.
Wake me
You know
up.
what? I have to work on
What?
not cutting you off. It means I got to keep you talking. I'm getting text messages.
You're getting text messages.
Yeah, I'm getting text messages from people.
It's okay. It's okay. You
Oh,
know,
it's
I know
good.
Deanna.
No, you know me now. You know
Yep.
I don't have a problem with fair criticism. I don't. And when
Yeah.
I already know it, it's easy to accept. When I'm like, yeah, I cut her off. Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. Or I listened later on and didn't even know I cut you off. Like, ooh, that wasn't good transition at all.
Well, I
People
thought
gonna-
there was maybe a lapse between when I talk and when you talk. I thought that's what was going on.
No, what
No?
happens is oftentimes I'll be looking somewhere else and you'll start to say something, or
Mhm.
I think you're done saying something, and then you'll say something else because you took a pause, and I thought I jumped in the pause, and you hadn't quite somewhere between my pause to start, your pause to start again. I start talking, and then my mic, and where I'm at, my mic is louder than your mic.
Oh,
So
okay.
then it sounds a little,
Well, it's hard to do it when you're not in the same room.
Well, yeah.
Right. It's
Yeah.
just figuring out the synchronicity. Is that the right word? Maybe not.
It is today.
Okay. It's hard to sync
Mhm.
everything when you're in different spaces.
Yeah.
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 So
Well, that's what at least that's what we're gonna say it is. That's what I'm gonna say it is.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, let's give the people the segments for tonight.
Oh, Lord.
Segment number 1. I think you sent me this, and
I don't know if I don't know if I sent that to you or not.
I think you sent this to me, and number 1, you don't know how long I had to read before I realized what was actually being said in the article. But an adult 22-year-old
Yes.
impersonates a 13-year-old in a girls' basketball game.
How about that?
A 22-year-old woman decides to play a basketball game, and she was acting like she was a 13-year-old girl from the school.
On her team that she coaches.
Yeah. This is like a random. This woman actually works at the school, and yeah, we're gonna. Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine. I couldn't
Must be a full moon.
imagine. Well, anyway, we're going to get into that in segment number 1, because if you're 22 years old and you can pull off looking 13, more power to you.
Absolutely.
More power to you. But yeah, there's a lot of psychological questions that we must ask ourselves if you dare. 13-year-old is 8th grade.
Yep.
That's
So
pretty
why?
much 8th grade. If you're, maybe depending upon your birthday, you could be a freshman. Well, you wouldn't be a 13-year-old freshman, not in the basketball season. That would have you in the winter. No. So you're 8th grade.
Yeah.
This is a grown woman, eligible to drink in California. She's old in every state in the country. She can do anything. There's nothing yeah. So yes, we'll get into that segment number 1. Segment number 2, Walmart and the banana trick. The banana trick. Now, I avoid Walmart as much as possible. I'm not
out here,
really,
yeah.
I'm not really a Walmart. I'm not a Walmart attendee. I will drive to Walmart, find a parking space, let the wife out, son will jump out with her, and they'll go into Walmart, do whatever they got to do. But I don't go in.
You don't go to the United Nations one, do you? I call it the United Nations because the last time I was there, I felt like I had visited 4 or 5 different countries all at one time.
Are you talking about the one on Davis?
Yes.
Yeah. See, that's the one where you pretty much got to park at Home Depot and walk all the way to. That's the one I refuse.
Yeah, I don't go
If
there.
I have to go inside a Walmart, I'm gonna find a different one to go to. I'm not going.
Yeah.
That one
Mm-mm.
notoriously
It's
has
bad.
stuff on the floors,
Yeah,
crazy things happening. I don't have time for the
bad.
stress of it. I don't have
It's
look,
bad.
I don't have time to be treated weird when I know I'm not the weird one.
Right.
Well, I'm coming in dressed normal. You think I work for the police because I like
Yeah.
no, I'm just coming to get some cardstock paper because it's cheaper here than it is anywhere else.
But when I visit Texas, Walmart is my happy place there. Totally different from the Walmarts out here.
Well,
Totally. Not even like the Walmarts that you see the videos of people looking weird and wild.
right.
Nothing like that. So
Oh, I
I
appreciate the good
enjoy it.
Walmart videos. I
Yeah.
appreciate that craziness, them going in there wearing weird stuff or people pulling pranks. I love that stuff on video,
Yeah.
but I don't want to go in. I don't want to go inside.
No.
As soon as you go past the metal detectors in Walmart, you are going on an adventure.
Yes.
And I'm like, I didn't pay for this ride. I didn't pay for this. I don't want all that. But they got a banana trick. People are doing a banana trick, and Walmart has used artificial intelligence to kind of figure out how to stop this banana trick. And I've never done the banana trick. Never.
I didn't even know it was a thing. I never even thought about it. I always thought that people could go up and pretend they were scanning and then just drop stuff in their bag.
Now,
but I never thought about this.
Now, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know it was called the banana trick, but I sure enough thought about committing the banana trick. I'm just saying. I thought about it. But your brother can't. I can't. A black man ain't gonna be able to do no banana trick. No, not no black man.
Well,
they're looking as soon as you go to soon as you head to that self checkout. Believe me, all them cameras are gonna come on. You ain't gonna be able to put a banana down the tailpipe. You ain't gonna do that. Not to be black. Segment number 3. This segment might get hot. Now it ain't a hot topic as far as how we phrased it, but it might get hot.
Right.
Preparing for Black History Month. Preparing. Every year, Donna, February kicks off.
Right.
Non-black people's opportunity to do something in the name of blackness that is heck, I say like Oaklanders, hecka dirty. Hecka. No, they say hella.
Hella and hecka.
Hella hecka dirty.
Yeah.
And I thought today, since tomorrow kicks off Black History Month, I thought we'd have a little dialogue about some of the do's and maybe some of the don'ts. Just kind of give some people some tips, especially our gentrified part of the audience. What not to do, what not to say during Black. I'll tell you one right now. Trying to look black on any level, not a good idea.
Yes.
You don't wait for Black History Month to all of a sudden decide you want to look like T.I. and Tiny, and you're white.
Oh,
it's
Lord.
not the time. This is not what you do. You don't go find some skin darkener and a little curly afro and a wig, curly afro for T.I. and a far out there wig to be Tiny. You going to school because you want to represent your favorite rap couple. No, this is not the time. Not the time.
No.
And so we want to prepare people. And then also, for brothers and sisters, we need to make sure that we prepare people to understand, look, it's not funny. It's not.
Right.
Some of the depraved acts that we see during Black History Month. And then I got an email from a parent who responded to their school because their child received, what they're celebrating for Black History Month. And they gave them the different topics for the weeks of what they're going to be celebrating. Donna, when you hear this list, it might make you say, you know what, I needed that nap because I'm about to go 5150.
Oh, Lord.
There are certain things that people do during Black History Month that they wouldn't dare do during any other celebratory month in the year. So
no.
So that's what we're gonna be chopping on today. 22-year-old impersonates a 13-year-old in a girls' basketball game, Walmart banana trick, and preparing for Black History Month. Those are the subjects. We will be accepting your calls on Zoom tonight, so get those provided, get those prepared. We got music for you, some songs that you can really get yourself into. And yeah, Tasha Denise. Hey, Tasha. She says, y'all looking like some youngsters. Laugh out loud. It's good to see the two of you. We is youngsters.
Thank you, Tasha.
Youngsters in the older generational realm.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes. Good to see Tasha Denise. Yes, well, let's go to this first break. Issues After Dark. Donna Williams, Deion Evans. We'll be right back. Lord, whatever you're doing in this season, please don't do it without me. Don't do it without me. You got to tell them for yourself, Lord, whatever you're doing in this season, please don't do it without me. Don't do it without me. Come on, help me say it. Lord, whatever you're doing in this season, please don't do it. You gotta tell them for yourself. You gotta tell them for yourself. Don't do it without me. Come on, say it like you mean it. Lord, whatever you're doing in this season, please don't do it without me. No. Somebody needs a healing tonight. If you need a healing, just say, Lord, if you're healing in this season, please don't do it without me. No. I don't care what the sickness is. Lord, if you heal it. Lord, if you heal it. I know you heal it. Healing in the season. Please don't do it without me. No. Anybody need a blessing? Anybody need a blessing? Lord, if you're blessing in this season, please don't do it without me. I don't want you to do it. Cry Jesus, not me, 'cause I throw hands. Try Jesus, please don't try me, 'cause I fight. I know what he said
about getting slapped. But if you touch me or mine, we gonna have to scrap. So, try Jesus.
Issues After Dark, Donna Williams, Dion Evans. Segment number 1, let's get into it. An adult. I went back during the break, Donna.
Yes.
And I went back to read the article again, and a Bleacher Report. If you make Bleacher Report, that's a big deal.
Okay.
Very credible sports site. And I'm looking at a different area on the article, and it does say high school basketball.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not middle school. This is a 13-year-old, I guess, whose birthday was early enough to allow her to be enrolled. Mm-hmm. But the headline is Arlisha Boykins relieved of duty as high school basketball assistant coach after impersonating player.
Why? Just why?
So we know from the headline, Arlisha Boykins is an assistant basketball coach who has been fired. But Donna, she's an assistant coach.
Yes.
She's not the head coach.
Right.
She's not the athletic director. She's not the vice principal. She's not the principal. She's so far down the totem pole of leadership that the mere fact that she had the jersey on is a misstep. Either other people were in on this, or they need to be dealt with because they did not know what was going on. It isn't possible.
I was going to say, how did they not know? Somebody had to put her on the floor.
Exactly.
So how did they not know?
Let's read. Rob Goldberg is the author of this article. A 22-year-old assistant coach tried reliving her glory days by impersonating a 13-year-old in a junior varsity girls basketball game last week in Virginia. Don, here's another one of them stories out of Virginia.
What's going on in Virginia?
Remember, that's school shootings in Virginia.
Yeah.
And it's another story we covered not too long ago, also took place in Virginia.
Is it the water? What?
I don't. Arlisha Boykins had been an assistant coach for Churchland High School in Portsmouth, Virginia. But she suited up for the team's January 21st game in place of a player who was out of town for a club basketball tournament. Stop the brakes. Stop the brakes. Now, here's what's interesting. Now, maybe the rules are different in Virginia.
Yeah.
But in California, you cannot play club sports.
What are club sports?
Club sports are sports that youth sports away from the school.
Oh, okay.
So if your high school has a sport that's in season, you cannot participate in club sport of that sport away from the school.
Wow.
You can't share. So like right now, there should be no, in California, there should be no high school basketball player playing basketball for any AAU team at this point.
Okay.
Now there's reasons for that.
Yeah.
I'll share one major one. Is because CIF, California Interscholastic Federation, is education based, meaning all athletics require a certain academic proficiency in order to participate on the team.
Okay.
And so what happens is a kid doesn't like school. So he doesn't care about passing his class. He could be failing classes and he'll be ineligible to play basketball for his school. But if there's an AAU team, he can go play for the AAU team because in the AAU world, there is no grade. There's no grade requirement for participation. It's pay for play. Pay for play. Okay. And yes, a lot of kids do get scholarship because they are of a particular skill base, but still, that means somebody else's parents paid full price to ensure that this other kid got a scholarship.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And so in California, this story couldn't have even happened because the young lady cannot play on a club team and play on her high school team at the same time. However, in this particular case, she's out of town. She's away from her high school junior varsity girls basketball team. Quote, coaches always preach to the kids about integrity and those type of things. So I was just shocked. The father of the 13-year-old said, yeah. So the father of the 13-year-old didn't even know. He's got his daughter. They're gone somewhere else to play basketball for an AAU team. Comes back to town to find out that the assistant coach was wearing her daughter's jersey, balling out in the game.
Was this girl one of the star players? They just couldn't make it without her? I don't see why the coach had to put on that suit, the jersey, and go out on the court. Did they not have enough team members? What?
If she's a JV player, she's not a star player. If she's a star player, she's on varsity. Now, she may be a star player on JV.
Yeah.
But the mere fact, and I'll tell you another thing. Another reason why she could be on JV is because she does have split unity. Meaning her coach already knew, the varsity coach knew that there would be games that the varsity girls team would be going to play, but her pops had already said, oh, she's going to be missing some games because we got AAU.
Right.
And they were like, she's not dedicated to our school. We're not putting her on varsity, put her on JV. But she's 13, so she can't be more than a freshman.
Right.
She's probably a late, early bloomer, but she's 13 and she's in high school.
Yeah.
Boykins, this is the assistant coach, female assistant coach who's 22 years old, watch this, because of her actions, Donna, she is no longer an employee of the school. While players of both the JV and varsity girls team in Churchland decide not to continue their season.
Both teams.
So now the varsity high school team, girls, and JV has decided, we're not going to play the rest of our games. Now, that leads me to want to know, what was your record?
Well, I was thinking about that. That they apparently were not at the top.
No.
So they can give up their season.
Yeah. And let me tell you, when you see high school teams giving up the rest of their season,
yeah,
more than just one person should be fired.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that take place to put together a high school schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And when you decide in your institution, because of a situation like this, I guess I kind of understand it, because a situation like this is like, this has got to be thoroughly embarrassing. Can you imagine what, if they decided to continue playing, can you imagine what harassment the rest of the 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds may go through when they walk into a gym and other students are like, y'all have any girls? Y'all have any women on your team? Can y'all all stand up? Can we do fingers? I need to see your school ID.
I don't understand why she thought this was a thing she should do, that she wouldn't be recognized. Again, how did she get on the court?
Well,
I mean, aren't there parents there?
Donna, this was not a closed gym.
No.
How did she get a uniform?
She had the girls' uniform. She had her jersey on.
I know how she get it. Now, maybe, because sometimes when you're worried about kids being responsible for the jerseys, they wear it in the game. At the end of the game in the locker room, everybody, they dump the shorts in a pile. They dump the shirts in a pile. And then somebody comes along, typically the coach, picks it all up, takes it home, and washes it. Brings it back. Because, listen, this may be something that we have to discuss. In a lot of schools, students don't have the resources at home to wash every day.
Right.
And so sometimes you give kids jerseys and you tell them, go home and wash it. Well, they don't.
Right.
They don't have washer and dryers at home.
Right.
And some of these kids, they've never been held responsible for washing their clothes. And if you think that a kid's going to be able to come home and tell their mom who's been working all day or their dad who works at night, I need you to wash my clothes, it may or may not happen. So what happens is that kid, perfume in their clothes, wearing it again, and you can tell it hasn't been washed because you see the black marks in certain parts that let you know it hasn't been washed.
Yeah.
But you don't want to make a kid feel bad.
No.
Of course, you want to ask, how, you didn't wash, why didn't you wash your jersey?
Right.
Even asking a kid that. These days, Donna, even asking a kid that question can get you fired.
Oh, wow.
The embarrassment that a child may feel for that question. If that child goes to the right resource officer, that child goes to the right administrator and is really saddened by that question, you could be reprimanded up to losing your job for something like that. But again, in this particular case, this lady, Arlisha, what's her name again? Arlisha Boykins.
Arlisha Boykins, yeah.
She's the JV assistant head coach. I mean, she's barely a coach. But although she may be barely a coach, she surely is no 13-year-old. So who put the kid's name down?
Yeah.
Because here's another thing about basketball, Donna.
Yeah.
They have the scorer book. And in the scorer's book, they put the kid's name, their number, and their position. And if they're a starter, they put a star by their name. So who put the kid's name in the book so that the JV assistant coach could actually pull this off?
Well, I'm looking at another article, and it says that the JV head coach, along with the head coach of the varsity girls basketball team, have both been fired.
Oh, so breaking news from another source. Bleacher Report didn't share that. And it's interesting because as I'm reading, I'm like, this doesn't make sense that the assistant coach would be fired.
Yeah.
Oh. Give us some more intel, Donna. Give us some more on that article.
Sources tell 10 on your side that the varsity coach was encouraging the behavior during the game. Wow. He was in on it. He was encouraging it.
So it was a male. It was a male coach.
It doesn't say. It just says that the JV and the varsity coach have both been fired.
Oh, well, then that leaves more credence as to why they can't continue the season.
Yeah, and she played under the student's name.
I know she didn't play under her name. She played under the student. So that's fraudulent.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That makes no sense. And the student is leaving the school next year.
Yeah. Bleacher Report shares that too. That the student won't be there next year anyway. The girl whom Boykin impersonated plans to attend a different school next season.
She's not interested in returning to church.
Well, I mean, how can you?
Yeah.
Can you imagine you left and you went to be a part of an AAU team, and when you came back, you found out you scored a triple double?
Yeah.
Because I get the idea she played the whole game.
How did she play the whole game? Come on now. The head coach been fired, so we understand how she played the whole game.
Like I
They
said,
allowed it.
she couldn't have done it on her own.
Right.
There had to be to be a JV coach. There had to be
Right.
a varsity JV coach,
Right.
and because typically girls varsity plays after the JV, the varsity team had to be in the building. So not only coaches but players,
right?
Students,
Everyone knew.
Students
They
had to
knew.
know
They knew.
that this was a grown woman out there. They knew that the girl out there in that jersey with that number on, the announcers calling, and so with a 2, and so with a 3.
I can see the kids go, oh, that's Coach, what's her name?
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah. So again, I asked, where was the athletic director? Where was the assistant athletic director?
Gosh.
Where was the vice principal? Where was the principal? In some of these schools, they have a person called the head of climate and culture. That person is responsible. Usually an administrator has to be there. So administrator in high school games, you have to either have a principal, a vice principal, someone like the head of climate and culture, or athletic director. Have to be in the building. They must be in the building.
Who thought this was a good idea?
Well, what would the idea be good for? I mean, what was a state championship on the line? I mean, what? I don't impersonates. And you know, there was a now there's another story floating around right now, also a little different than this one.
Yeah.
This is of a woman who's in her 20s. I think she may be even close to 30. But I believe she's Asian. And what she did was she's impersonating a teen to gain access to the school as a student, and was able to do it. Gain access as a student and did so to engage in sexual acts with students, boys. So the boys are thinking that, you know, they got this young Asian girl, and that's their girl, and they have no idea that she's a 29-year-old woman. And upon checking her records and stuff of that nature, it was foiled, and they realized that, hey, you're not a teenager. You don't belong in this school. You're a 29-year-old woman. I believe she was arrested.
Oh,
but there's a lot of this impersonating kids in our high school systems.
Why?
What's in the water, Donna?
There's some, you know, there's the old saying of going to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're on the downhill slope. The world, there's just too much craziness going on. And you're wondering, why would you do this? Why do you want to go into a school and impersonate a kid to connect with boys? But you can't connect with any men anywhere? There's no man that you can seduce? What? It makes no sense.
Well, can I attempt to make it make sense?
No. Or yes.
Okay.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
We are living in a world increasingly where what I think, feel about myself is the truth, and you must comply with my truth. And when that becomes the cultural narrative of your time, then this 22-year-old is only wrong because instead of it, she shouldn't have impersonated a 13-year-old. She should have just been herself. I feel I'm 13.
I'm 13. Yeah.
And who are you to tell me I'm not? Because that same 13-year-old girl could say, I feel like I'm a boy. Yeah. And who are you to tell me that I'm not? And that 13-year-old girl claiming to be a boy would force the school district to allow her to play on the boys' team and be referenced as a he. So when you start allowing this type of I can't even call it logic. When you start allowing this type of behavior to exist, where does the wormhole end, Donna?
Yeah, that's the question. Only time will tell.
What are you going to do when a 21-year-old man gets on a campus posing as a 16-year-old boy and he's running through the girls' gym? Because let me tell you, them hot mamas, they love some aggressiveness. And most boys, 17, 16, they ain't about that smoke the way they think they are.
Yeah.
You let the wrong 21, 22-year-old get access into the hen house. Oh, it's going to be a terrible day. And we'll be talking about standards then. He'll go to jail on the standards.
Yeah.
But those ain't even the standards they teaching the kids. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side. Walmart and the banana trick.
Though the storms keep on raging in my life, and sometimes it's hard to tell the night from day. Still, that hope that lies within is reassured. As I keep my eyes upon the distant shore, I know you'll hear me safely to that blessed place He has prepared. But if the storms don't cease, and if the winds keep on blowing, my soul has been anchored in the Lord. Though the storms keep on raging in my life, and sometimes it's hard to tell the night from day. Still, that hope that lies within is reassured. As I keep my eyes upon the distant shore, I know He'll lead me safely to that blessed place He has prepared. But if the storm don't cease,
Issues After Dark, Donna Williams and Dion Evans. It's Tuesday. This is episode 25. You realize that, Donna? This is episode 25. I think you're on mute. Check your line. I think you might be on mute or something. But this is episode 25, and it's kind of fast. 25 episodes?
Yeah.
25. We've done 25 2-hour broadcasts.
So what are we talking about? 2 weeks and 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
3 weeks and
3 weeks
four,
and about 2
days.
weeks of just getting our radio legs back under us.
Wow.
25.
Wow.
So let's get into segment 2. Segment 2, Walmart and the banana trick. Now let me say this, because I don't want Walmart mad at me. Walmart may one day decide to be a sponsor of the show. I don't know.
Absolutely.
I appreciate the existence of Walmart.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate some of the experiences that I've had in Walmart, especially when you have like 25 lines and only 4 of them are open, and lines are clearly into the aisles. I don't like that. To me, you got 25 lines, have 25 people working in lines. So I don't care if there's only 2 people in a line. Let us get in and let us get out.
That's why Walmart in Texas is my happy place. You don't see that.
Lines down the aisle?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
Yep.
If you don't think that Walmart is important, try to think about what your community was like before Walmart showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about how many places in one Walmart run. How many stores did you have to visit?
Right.
Just to handle that one run.
Right.
So Walmart has value. And for the most part, buying at, a Walmart or Target, which to me is an upgraded version of a Walmart, or Costco, which is kind of like Walmart and Target together with a grocery store.
I can't.
It's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And I think for me also, the COVID era made me not like to be around large spaces of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love when it was the lockdown and I would be on the freeway and I'd be like the only car on the freeway.
Yes.
I love that time.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that time where if you did get an opportunity to go to a store, there was only 10 people in there at one time.
Right.
And you could be flying through there and get everything you want, get to the front, and you in and out of there faster than lightning. It was more difficult to find whatever parking spot you wanted.
Right.
I say all that to say this. The level of theft that is taking place in these stores are hurting people who live near these stores.
Oh, yeah. That's why the Oakland store closed. The Oakland Walmart.
The Walmart on Hagenberger.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, that Walmart was necessary.
Yeah.
Wow. When that Walmart closed down, Blythe.
Yeah.
That Walmart closing down has shut down a lot of other businesses in that little strip mall area.
Yeah. Yeah.
You had the Raiders store there. It was a staple.
Yeah.
Gone. Because that Walmart shut down. Places like Starbucks, Panda Express, In-N-Out Burger, they're going to thrive.
But they're on the other side.
Say that again.
I was going to say Panda Express and In-N-Out on the other side, though.
Yeah, but they used to get a lot of their volume at first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because people were coming out of Walmart.
Right.
Now that whole area just looks, even with the building of a new restaurant there, Raising Cane's, that area just it is unsightly.
Yeah.
But I remember
Yeah.
going into that Walmart. That's how I started not liking Walmart.
Mhm.
I remember walking in that Walmart, and as I'm walking in, people are running out with
Yeah.
fishing poles and tackle boxes. As
Okay.
I'm walking in, people are running out. Somebody was always running out with something.
Yeah.
And if you get enough of this level of theft,
Yeah.
sooner or later you're going to have a store, and that was one of the biggest Walmarts that existed.
Right.
They had to shut it down. Now understand, when you
Right.
shut down a Walmart, you're taking away jobs.
Yep.
Oh, well, they'll transfer them out. Yeah, the ones who have transportation to be transferred out. But what about that grandmother who was working for Walmart? She just lived around the corner.
Right. Right.
What about that family who would do they survived on Walmart. They didn't have a car. They didn't have public transportation, but they can walk a few blocks and be right there, get what they want, and get right back to the house.
Right.
So I say that because even though we're talking about Walmart and what they're doing to deal with this whole issue called the banana trick, we've got to learn how to value these stores when they're in our communities. And I know there's somebody who will say, well, price gouging compared to who? Price gouging at Walmart compared to who?
Right.
Where can you get what you get at Walmart somewhere else in the neighborhood cheaper?
No. That's the whole point of Walmart, is that you can, and it's not, some of it is really quality goods. I mean, in the grocery store, it's the same stuff. You're not getting a knockoff brand. You're getting the same brand.
Right.
So the prices are much better.
And I say that for people who bring up the knockoff argument,
right.
People who bring up the price gouging argument.
Right.
I'm like, okay, well, I don't see you going into the high retail purse stores. I don't see you going into T-Mobile and snatching up all the iPhone 16s, whatever the new number is, whatever. And so I have a hard time endorsing the facts that you need to go in there and steal an entire box of ramen. I got a hard time believing that you should go in there and you stole 15 jackets off the rack and none of them are in your size. You just got 15 jackets. You fill the shopping cart full of goods and household cleaning supplies and you push the cart right onto the truck and sped the truck out of the parking lot. I just think that when theft of that level closes a store that the community needs, we got to reevaluate what the community's doing, and we got to give different talking points. So here's the article, Donna. It's I'm getting to it again. This article comes to us. I'll just read it. Walmart puts an end to potential theft with the banana trick technique in its self-checkout system. So have you ever heard of the banana trick, Donna?
No, I had never heard of it until I read this article. In fact, the idea of the banana trick had never occurred to me.
So now I can't say the same.
Yeah.
I can't say the same. I didn't know it was called the banana trick. But I have thought about the banana trick. Let's read. Okay. After a long season in which there have been numerous thefts at the Walmart retail chain's self-checkout counters, the retail brand CEO has issued stern warnings. As indicated in a statement, a number of thefts has increased significantly. That problem can trigger the Listen to what happens.
Yeah.
That problem can trigger the closure of certain stores or even price increases on many products.
Yeah.
So those of you who like boosting, those of you who like doing the banana trick, you might be getting away with it for yourself.
All right.
But you are hurting a much larger community that needs these stores to be open, not only for employment, not only for employment for people who live nearby,
Right.
but for goods and service for people who live by who may not have adequate transportation.
Right. Right.
Article goes on. If there is one thing Walmart is known for, it is offering its customers a wide selection of products at the best prices. This is like half journalism, half advertising for Walmart. It's kind of
Right.
funny.
Right.
However, the succession of robberies in the store spread throughout the U.S. make the chain situation more and more dangerous. To solve this serious problem, they have upgraded the self-checkout machines with a technology that aims to eliminate one of the most common theft practices used to date, known as the banana trick. This fraud,
Dun, dun, dun.
yeah, this fraud committed by hundreds of fraudsters in Walmart stores is based on, here it is, scanning an expensive item or product with the label of another one, which is much lower on the self-checkout machine. In this way, they avoid being discovered so readily since, in theory, they are making a purchase like any other customer. However, they are committing fraud by acquiring high-value products at exceptionally low prices.
So they change the stickers on the product? Is that what they do?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Okay.
imagine you and I make a quick Walmart run
Yeah.
and you want,
50-inch TV.
well, I don't know if you're gonna be able to pull that one off because you're not gonna take that to the self-checkout anyway.
Right.
But
Right.
let's just say you want the Kellogg's Pop-Tarts.
Right.
You want the Kellogg's Pop-Tarts strawberry with the candy on the top, the candy frosting on the top,
Gosh.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But they cost $6.
Mm-hmm.
Next to it is the Walmart version.
Yeah.
They cost $3. So you take the label off the $3, put it on top of the $6, and then when you go to scan it, it scans the $3, but you got the $6 product. But wait, Donna, in the article it shares another side hustle to the banana trick. People are buying products, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
High-end products at half the price, right?
Yeah.
Then they would come bring the item back to the store without a receipt.
Right.
And get full refund.
Right.
So for some people, they paid $3 to avoid paying $6, brought the $6 product back, got refund for the $6 product.
Right.
So now they beat the store twice. If enough people do that over a period of time, store's gonna close down.
Oh yeah.
You can't, that's bad business. And what's the alternative? Having security run people down? Now I get why the person that's posted at the door is so aggressive at wanting to see the receipts, because I get offended by that.
Right.
I'm not stealing nothing. You ain't gonna treat me like no thief. So I'll walk right past them. If they're not ready to see me as I'm walking out that door, I'm walking. I'm not, and I never thought they probably think I am stealing simply because I won't stop.
Right.
But there's nothing stopping me, and you can't stop me. I see people run out of here with stuff. So I know you just can't stop me, but I get why they need to check receipts. But obviously, even checking the receipts, unless you know I got the Kellogg's versus the Walmart, unless you're looking at that kind of a detail,
right,
you're never going to figure it out.
No. So they're just checking to see if maybe you have something that's not on the receipt.
Not on the receipt.
That's all they can do. That's all they can do.
Yeah. Do you shop at Costco?
No, I can't. I can't handle Costco.
So in
It's too
Costco,
much.
so Costco, you put everything in your cart, right?
Right.
Remember at an old school grocery store, you'd go there and you go check out and everything then gets transferred into bags?
Right.
Well, not Costco. You leave out in the cart the way you shopped it.
Oh wow.
So when you go out of their store, they got receipt checkers too. But they're checking so the receipt at the bottom will say 16 items. And they're counting to see if there's 16 items. Because if there's a 17th item, they know something's not on the receipt.
Right. Wow.
Crazy. Listen, look what else are in social networks. We can see that there are already several customers who have gone to their trusted Walmart store to test their update of the system is effective or not. To the surprise of many, the self-checkout machine can identify the product and compare it with the label it carries to determine whether it is the same product.
Wow.
So Walmart is now using artificial intelligence that it not only can scan the label for the price, it can scan the item itself to make sure it matches.
The technology is getting to be just a little bit scary. I understand, but how can technology, this machine, identify the product in order to say this product and this price does not match? That's
It's doing it, Donna. And here's the thing. It's doing it. And if it can do that, what else can it scan that's nearby? Can it scan your license? Can it scan the credit cards in your wallet that aren't even visible? What else can it scan? If you're the kind of person who has medical devices on your body that are, covered by clothing, can it determine what those things are? And now you're getting advertisement in your social media because you're a dialysis patient?
Well, that already happens. You look up something, and the next thing you know, you have ads on all of your social media, and you are on the internet.
Right. But what if just passing by a self-checkout counter at Walmart, they know that you take a particular high blood pressure medicine because your medicine was too close to the scanner and it knew what it was.
And now you're getting ads and things for the medicine.
All because people are stealing. We'll be back. Black History. Oh, we got to talk, y'all. We got
I'm Mo Kelly. You are listening to Issues After Dark with my friends Donna and Dion.
When your life is tossed and scorned, and the hope you have is gone, don't give up on Jesus.
When you tried everything you know, and you're looking for a place to go, you don't give up on Jesus. Yeah.
When you
You've gone past your limit, and you can't take it another minute. Don't give up on Jesus. Yeah. When this world spins around and around, you can't tell your down. Don't give up on my Jesus. Oh, bear all your needs before, and you dare not doubt he'll bring you out, and he'll do it over and over again. Yes, he will. Just one week of the sun, put that sun in the sky for all to see. Yeah, you'll see it again. He sits high, you look low. You know the way that I should go. And the Lord, He has promised to supply all your needs. His promise in heaven and His books on earth, and control my destiny, and He knows the way we should go, and He knows the way we go. Vanessa, I have been through something.
Brother, you know I have too.
And there were times, y'all, when I felt like I was not gonna make it.
Have you ever felt like there was no hope?
I had the towel, I threw it in.
I threw mine out.
But you know what? The word of the Lord came and it says, I'll never leave you,
Never forsake you.
I'm with you always.
I'll be with you till the
Issues After Dark. Donna Williams. You're wearing a beautiful brooch, by the way.
Thank you very much.
And I'm your big brother, Dion Evans. You know, I wonder how many young people even know the word brooch.
They don't. They call them pins. I use the word brooch, and someone said, "Don't call it that. That sounds like an old lady thing." Call them
Well,
pins.
you die young then. So, you know.
What can I say?
The Tanya Washington, she chimes in on segment 2. She said, not switching tags or stickers at Walmart.
I said, no switching.
Yeah, no switching tags or stickers at Walmart. She says, real talk, because I did read something about folks being arrested because they didn't pay for something at the self-checkout. Now, I've not seen people be arrested, but I have seen them be detained. And let me tell you, I'm not going into no store to be embarrassed by my own actions.
No.
And when you're a black male, you ain't walking into the self-checkout without a couple of people watching you.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're a black male that you don't look like they can just stop you from walking out the store. They're trying to get a heads up on you. They're trying to stop you before you can even get moving.
Do they do that anymore? I mean, we had a Walgreens not far from me. That was my go-to. But people were coming in because it was right on the corner and a bus stop right there. So people would come in and pick up stuff off the shelf and then walk right back out. And because the staff was told, don't try to stop anybody. And they knew that. And they would come in and just do shopping and walk out the door. It wound up being closed.
Donna, I was in Target, Mayfair Mall.
Yeah.
Whole family walked into Target. You know, they got that new Starbucks in there.
Right.
Where they used to have returns and all that stuff. It's now Starbucks. So we standing over there waiting on our order. In walks a woman who has no shoes on. She looks like the new West Oakland.
Yeah.
And she walks in, and the officers there try to stop her because she didn't have shoes on.
Right.
But she's walking so fast, she says, no, I don't need it. And she just keeps walking, just ignores them.
Oh.
Now they're trying to stop her. She just keeps walking. She walks halfway to the middle of the store, and I don't know what she does in the middle of the store, but there are several people in plain clothes and some in clothes, in officers, security officer uniform, going after her, looking for her. But they're walking calmly. Wow. They're not rushing. They're not trying to create a panic in the store or anything like that.
Right.
And I just sat there and I thought to myself, if I walked into this store and they tried to stop me, I said, no, I don't want it. And I just kept walking and I'm barefooted. How cool would they be in walking around the store for me? Then all of a sudden, as I'm still standing there, all the people who went looking for this woman have now disappeared from my sight. Reappearing through the big girl clothes items is this little new West Oakland resident.
Yeah.
And she goes right to the impulse cooler, pulls out a Starbucks drink and pops it open, starts drinking it right there, and then walks smooth out the store with it.
Oh, yeah.
When everybody who was chasing her now makes it back to the front. I'm laughing because I'm like, this gentrified woman went all the way through the store, mazed back, undetected by all of y'all, got a drink, and walked out the store.
Right. Yeah.
So, me being, the black man that I am, I had to ask the officer, I said, you guys kind of handle that like you've dealt with her before. And he's like, oh yeah, we dealt. She said last week she came in here completely nude. What? He said, oh, she's clothed today. This is better. Last time she came in here completely nude.
Oh no.
She said this time she just didn't have any shoes on her feet. And what was funny is that I didn't even notice at first that she didn't have shoes on her feet. I didn't even know she had. Wow. She looked a little disheveled. She looked like, she had been staying out in Tent City.
Right.
But I was amazed at how much respect
they had for her. How about that?
I said, you guys missed it. She stole a drink out of the, I'm thinking I'm being a good since she stole a drink out of the,
Yeah.
They said, oh no, we're not here for that. We're just, making sure that.
I'm telling you.
She's just a multi-billion-dollar.
Yeah, they're not there for that. They're not there to apprehend people who are stealing. That's why people can go in the stores, take stuff, and just walk out the store. Just walk out.
See, Donna, I'd like to put. I don't believe you could do it. I don't believe you dress the way you dress right now. If we did an experiment I don't believe you would get away with in a Target, a Walmart, a Costco, a Kmart, a Mervyn's, a McDonald's. I don't think someone who looks like you would get away with it at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't. Is that my jealousies? Am I jealous that I can't steal? I don't know.
Well, I have to admit that the people that were stealing from the Walgreens, and I was in there a couple of times, looked like they were unhoused, is the word. They would come in and they didn't bother with them, but the store began to look like it was like they didn't have inventory. They just weren't restocking the shelves, because people, as soon as they restocked the shelves, people would come in, take whatever they wanted, and walk out the door. So eventually they just closed it down. So now this neighborhood is inconvenienced because there is nothing close to us. We now have to go further away to get, what we could just go a couple of blocks and get. So,
wild.
And this is not that kind of neighborhood to speak of, where it would be, you would say, oh, this is hardship for the people that live in. It's not like that kind of neighborhood, but still it's an inconvenience. So if it's an inconvenience for me and I have a car, what about those people that don't have that kind of access to go further out?
Yeah.
To get what they need. Yes.
And that's why I have, like, I see the older women with them wire carts or those buggies.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, so they did the half-mile walk today. It took them 20 minutes to get there. 20 minutes. That's decent exercise. But what happens when it's raining? What happens when I got in my car this morning, it told me, hey, prepare for the ice. Ice is on the road.
Yeah.
It's cold. What about the person, who can't pull 50 pounds back, but they need groceries? And so
I was going to say, at this point, it's really going to be the haves and the have-nots, and the have-nots are not going to be that lower third. It's going to be the haves are going to have the majority access to everything, while the rest of us are going to have to try to figure out how to do or how to get to where we need to get in order to. Not everyone can afford Instacart to have the groceries delivered to them. Not everyone can afford Uber Eats or whatever. Can't afford it.
Yeah.
So now the haves are exclusive. They're getting the services, and the rest of us have to figure out what to do.
Well, like I said, I get it. Poor people stealing food. I kind of can't even call it stealing food. Yeah. They need to eat. And I from my understanding, is like in a supermarket, if you if you go to the vegetable and the produce aisle and you start eating food in there, they won't even bother you.
Yes.
You can eat all the apples, the grapes, the bananas you want to, if you eat it in the store.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But I understand it. And then here's the other thing, Donna. Here's the other thing. I kind of am a little insensitive to people going in and getting what they need to survive.
Yeah.
When we're spending billions of dollars in the Ukraine. I mean, we're now sending tanks.
Yeah.
And now we've gone from tanks to now they're talking about, well, no, we need aircraft too. We're about to provide Ukraine with an entire military operation that they didn't have prior to being. I mean, at this point, it's like, man, it was good for you guys to be attacked by Russia, because you're getting stuff that you could not afford. You're getting stuff that you cannot make, and you're getting it to keep you alive.
Right.
And I'm like, the billions of dollars that America has sent outside of this country to fight a war that we quote unquote aren't a part of.
Right.
While the homelessness and the lack of housing that has increased in this country, it's like, look, where are our priorities?
Right.
We have Walmarts closing down because people are going in stealing. Now, some of that is crime of opportunity.
Yeah.
But for a lot of people, if I don't steal it, I won't eat. And some
Right.
people are stealing it because they got kids at the house that you don't even know exist.
Right.
Now, I have no arguments for the people stealing plasma TVs and, electronics. That's a whole different, to me, if they stealing food, okay. But if they stealing electronics, arrest them.
Let me tell you about my experience I had years ago. I was so naive, and I was out at Southland, headed into the Macy's. And as I'm heading into the Macy's, this man runs out with an arm full of clothes.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh, they didn't even give him a bag. He just come.
No, you didn't.
And he jumps into this car, and the car speeds up. It took me a couple of years to realize he had stolen. He had snatch and grab. Is that what they grab and run or whatever they call it?
Snatch and grab.
That's what he was doing. Yeah, that's what he was doing. And that's years ago. Now it's a thing, but then I thought that they just didn't even bother to give him a bag to put his clothes in. But those kind of things happen where they steal it to sell it. Those are the ones, too, that are hurting people who really need to have access. Yeah.
It's a form of boosting where, and it's funny because all you got to do is go to your local swap meet. And in a lot of areas, all you have to do is go to, I know in certain parts of Oakland, people are just doing pop-up shops right there on the street. Right now, I can drive by Bancroft in the afternoon and I can buy toothpaste, some Tide Pods, toothbrushes, and some soap off the street. I'm not talking about no Econo. I'm talking about Tide Pods. Right off the street.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch reels. Let's go to segment 3.
Yeah.
Preparing for Black History
I love it.
Month. Black History Month starts tomorrow.
Yes.
It officially starts an hour after this broadcast ends.
Yes.
Without naming the school, without naming the parent, there's a school in Las Vegas.
Okay.
That sent out an activities list to the parents for their kids to celebrate Black History Month.
An activities list.
Yeah. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Here are particular themes for Black History Month.
Yeah.
Monday. The theme is MLK Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech.
Oh.
Not Reverend Doctor. None of that.
None of that. Just MLK.
MLK Jr.
Yeah.
How are they going to celebrate the I Have a Dream speech, Donna? They want the kids to dress in their favorite pajamas.
I can't.
Tuesday. The theme is Black Excellence. And guess what they want them to dress in?
What?
Rep your dream college. Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. I hope a lot of HBCUs show up.
Wednesday. Crisscross Day.
Backward clothes.
I have no idea what that has to do with Black History.
Me neither. Me neither.
And they want them to, the activity is Decades Day. Now, I don't even know what Decades Day is.
I don't either.
I've never even heard of Decades Day. Listen to this, Donna. Thursday, again, this is Black History activities.
Yeah.
Black History Month activities.
Yeah.
Thursday, Penny Proud Day.
What's that again?
Penny Proud Day.
Like Penny, Penny Proud.
Yeah. Dress
Penny
as
Proud.
your favorite character. Have you heard of Penny
what?
Proud?
No.
Penny
What is
Proud
that?
is a cartoon.
Oh, the Proud family.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, got it.
So they're calling it Thursday is Penny Proud Day. Dress as your favorite character. These cartoons, Donna.
I know.
Cartoons.
Yeah.
And then here's Friday. Friday's gonna really get you. Friday for Black History, we're celebrating My Dear Day. How do we want you to express it?
No.
Dress as your grandparents.
No.
This is what a school administration and staff,
just the best they could do.
This is what they are proud to have released to the student body. We want you to wear pajamas, rep a college, Decades Day, dress as your favorite character, and dress as your grandparents. We're going to celebrate My Dear, Penny Proud, Crisscross, Black Excellence, MLK Jr., Have a Dream speech. That's our focus. Not an essay on Tyree Nichols, not chronicling or putting together a thesis on how the police may reform to keep schools safe for children. Not any speech by El Haj Malik El Shabazz, better known as Malcolm X.
Malcolm X, yeah.
Not the chronicling of the activist years of Muhammad Ali between his boxing career. Not President Barack Obama being the only president in the last 13 years that has no indictments on his resume, and there has been no White House classified documents found in his possession post the White House.
Yeah. None of that. Instead, let's just throw them some crumbs. Make them think we're really focused.
Penny Proud Day.
And come as a character.
As a character.
An animated
what in the
character.
buffoonery?
Look out. Because that's what it is. Basically, that's what it is. I'm surprised they didn't throw something about Harriet Tubman in there. But that would have been a little too edgy because, come dressed as a
runaway slave.
Runaway slave being freed by Harriet Tubman. It is buffoonery.
Let me ask you a question.
Looking like buffoonery, yes.
That's your question, Donna.
Yeah.
Penny Proud is a black cartoon.
Yep.
What you gonna do when Enrique or Ruthie or little Timmy? What you gonna do when they show up to school looking like one of the Proud families?
Well, you
told
them.
And they've convinced their mama that they need their face darkened so they can look like Penny Proud's brother.
You told them to do that. You gave them permission to do that.
Well, what do
you didn't say this is not acceptable. Don't come in blackface, or however you would put it. You told them to come like one of the animated. And what do you do if one comes and they also attempt to use language that represents what they think represents that family?
Look at Friday, My Dear Day.
What
you gonna do when Peter comes dressed as My Dear with a purse, with a gun in his purse?
Yeah,
because My Dear is known
to carry her
gun. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when Janet comes as the old grandpa in My Dear with the language? What you gonna
do? But beyond that, how does this represent a race of people who are more than what you're presenting? Crisscross, hip hop, and then, we're so glad you now have animated cartoons that represent, and I get it. I'm not pushing back at the Proud family. Madea, listen, no.
I mean, you might as well did the Fat Albert. Let everybody come to school with a ski mask on it. I'm just saying. Issues after dark, Deanna Donna. We got a lot to talk about still. We're gonna be wrapping up a little bit of stuff, but yeah, I'll be back at Donnie Williams.
Thinking about the first time I heard your voice. It wiped away my past. And anyone could tell this kind of love has got to last. So ta-ta, you Jesus, thank you. I wanna ta-ta, you Jesus, thank you. I wanna ta-ta, you Jesus, thank you, yeah, for being mine. Remembering when I didn't know the Savior, how I wished that He was mine. You know what I did? Had a little talk with the man upstairs. I said, Lord, won't you please come inside? I die, Jesus, thank you. I want to die, Jesus, thank you. I want to die, Jesus, got to thank you, yeah, for being mine. Ain't no love.
Black Christians, white Christians, rich Christians, poor Christians, still Christians.
Yeah. Very good.
I'm gonna
Very
figure
good.
out how to remix that. I'm gonna baptize the lyrics, Donna. It's Issues After Dark, Donna Williams, Deion Evans. Rich Christians, poor Christians, black Christians, white Christians, educated
I
Christians, dumb
presume
Christians, still Christians.
I don't know what the illusion you're making, but I think I figured it out. I figured it out.
I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay. So we've had a very exciting broadcast. Tuesdays are always weird because Monday's a hot day because we're coming back.
Right.
And then a lot of people are now waiting on Wednesday because that's the Bible study day.
Right.
And so Tuesday becomes, we got to find out that the Warriors are playing because typically our numbers become real slow if the Warriors are still playing because they they're not done till the broadcast has started. People still
Right.
responding about them GSWs. But nonetheless, we're dedicated to the craft because we know y'all gonna listen to it later. We know it.
Yeah.
So, real quick, Donna, let me ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going off of our scheduled segment run. Just
Mm-hmm.
thinking about this today.
Yeah.
I was in Starbucks in Hayward,
Mm-hmm.
and this lady flirted with me. And
How you know she was flirting?
oh, she was flirting.
Okay.
I know.
All right.
She positioned herself to flirt.
Okay.
She was respectable.
There you go.
She wasn't doing anything that would cause two adults to not know what they were doing.
Okay.
So there had, but I wasn't offended.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I felt I kind of wanted to tell her thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, but here's my point. Here's the question I want to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a such thing as healthy flirting? Or is all flirting wrong? Because I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
It kind of did something to me to not didn't draw me to her or anything. Although she was worthy of being looked at. She was worthy of being looked at. You are so worthy. I'm just saying, she was worthy to look at.
In the singing mode tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm always thinking, would that have been okay if Letitia was with you? And I think think that wouldn't be okay.
No,
but I was by myself. Nobody around me. I'm sitting there sipping on a tea, minding my own business. And she's flirting.
Sitting there looking like a snack.
Well, your brother do look like charcuterie sometimes. Is that the word? Is that the word? Is that how you say it? Charcuterie?
Charcuterie, yes.
Yeah. I every once in a while I can look like a plate of charcuterie.
They say looking like a snack.
I mean, hey, look, she ain't wrong.
What?
It ain't like she flirted up. She could not. All she did was she just said something nice, flirty.
Nice.
But she didn't stay in it. She didn't pursue anything. She wasn't trying to get her brother's.
She thought it was going nowhere. She thought it was going nowhere.
It was harm. In my opinion, it was harmless. She made her brother feel good today, and I just kind of appreciated that.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with it.
I mean, I think some people, I think we got to get Letitia back on the show to do another marriage segment.
It's time
on this subject because, here's the thing: Letitia and I, very seldom do we go into a store together.
Yeah,
I'm at this phase in marriage where if it's she and I'll hold hands and we can go anywhere. But if she insists on our son coming, you two go. I'll just sit in the car and wait. And she's boggled by that. She's like, I don't want him to be at home by himself. He's 14. Let him be at home by herself. I just want to spend time with you by myself. But that's her baby. And she's working on that, calling him baby. Like, he's 14. Stop calling him baby.
Yeah.
But when we go places and she's walking around the store, just kind of like her little duck walk, and there are guys looking at her of all nationalities, I never get offended.
Yeah.
I never get offended because I'm like, you see what I see.
Yeah.
I know I ain't blind.
Exactly.
She calls me. I can give Letitia a comment, and she'll call me. She says, "Oh, honey, it's shallow Hal." You ever seen that?
Yes, I have.
You know what she's referencing when she calls me shallow Hal?
No, I don't remember that part. No.
So, Shallow Hal is the movie about this guy he only talks to women who are fine. He thinks he's the stuff and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
And he kind of like he's really turned off by women who are not his type and things of that nature. He has a really high beauty mark and all that kind of stuff. And if something happens to him, to where all he can now see is the inner beauty of somebody. He cannot see their physical
Right.
body.
And she's
He can only so he falls in love
big woman.
this big woman,
Yeah.
and to him, he's seeing her heart and she's perfect.
Yeah.
But his friends are like, bro, are you serious? So he's shallow how? Because
Right.
he's seeing beauty in places where nobody else sees beauty.
Right.
Well, this
Right.
is a condition my wife has been battling her entire life.
Yeah.
I can say 19 million positive things about my wife, and she will look at me with like, why are you saying that? Like, it's not true, so why are you saying that?
Yeah.
And then she'll come home from work and tell me about some gay dude at the job who said something nice to her. And I'm sitting here like, are you kidding me? I say these type of things about you all the time and you blow it off. Today, you can't wait to come home to tell me that this dude said this to you at work. He complimented you on your shoes. It's because he wanted your shoes. He wanted to wear them. But you get my point. My point is she sometimes cannot accept my compliments. And so, in my opinion, she degrades them to, oh, you're shallow how. So she'll say, oh, honey, you have a heart for me. Yeah, I know what you mean by that. So you're not, that's nice, nasty. You're being nice, nasty right there. You can't just agree that my interpretation of your beauty is real, but it is. It is. But what I like every once in a while, I think all men go through this. There's a certain level in their life where you got to know that somebody else thinks you're a handsome guy outside of your wife.
Yeah. Yep. And vice versa.
I know it's the other way. I know women always have got to receive compliments on their beauty. And it isn't because they're vain. It's just, it's necessary. There's so many things going. I mean, look, Black women in particular definitely need verbal encouragement on their beauty because everybody is trying to rob y'all of y'all looks. Everybody trying to look like Black women.
Right. They don't want to be, but they don't want to be Black.
They don't want to be Black. They don't want to be pulled over as Black.
Right. But they want the attributes.
Look.
They want the lips and the hips.
They want everything. They want the hair. They want the hairstyles. They want the clothing. They want it, and they want your man. They want it all.
Yeah.
And so I get why we have to continuously affirm women. And I think men are good to affirm women that aren't their wives. And sometimes that could be considered flirting. But I wonder, is there a healthy way to flirt that doesn't cross lines? I mean, you got to be careful because you don't want to flirt. If you flirt with somebody thirsty, you could get in trouble.
You can't go too far. You have to know when to stop. I've done that. I mean, I will flirt, to a certain extent. Have the conversation, the little laughter, But after that, there's a point where, well, got to go.
Yeah, bye. Now it's time to say goodbye to all our company.
Yeah, exactly. But I think you have to understand where to stop. Right? You can't keep playing it out and playing it out and playing it out because now you have crossed over into, oh, maybe there's possibility. For me, there's not, because most of the times the guys are much younger. So I just enter into the conversation with them, and then after that, I'm like, yeah, I know.
Y'all catch that, America? Donna told you they much younger. She ain't got no old dudes hitting on her. Donna got them youngins.
But here's the thing about the older ones. I'm thinking the older ones are flirting because they think I'm younger than they are. The ones that are my age, they think I'm younger than they are, right? And as soon as they learn that I'm their age, then that interest is going to wane away. So I don't even bother because I'm like, yeah, I know you think I'm younger than you are. You want to have anything to do with me once you discover, oh shoot, she's my age, and so it's like, but
I'm
I
at
think
that
it's
prime
healthy.
age.
Yeah,
I'm at that prime age where grandmas who feel young, they like me.
Yes.
Mamas like me.
Yeah.
And mama's older daughter who kind of likes older men.
Yeah.
likes me.
But
So,
see, here's
so I can be flirted with on 3 different generations.
3 different levels.
3 different generations.
But you bring an air that they may not be accustomed to. You bring a presence that they may not be accustomed to. You know.
Yeah,
Or
I can get that. I can get
Yeah.
that because I'm cool like that.
Okay.
But I'm also disciplined, and I wouldn't call myself a flirt. I call myself funny. Now it's funny. I just caught eyes with your friend over here when I said I would call
what did
myself
her
a flirt,
eyes?
and she
And
looked
what
at
did
me
her
like,
eyes say?
if looks could kill, you'd be doing this show by yourself right now. I would have just. If looks could kill. That's why I say we gotta have her. We gotta have her back on the show to talk about this because she gets flirted with all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But my wife, she's kind of game goofy. She doesn't
she doesn't
always know
recognize
when
it?
she's being. Yeah, she doesn't always recognize it.
Yeah.
Which I sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. Like she'll come home and tell me this, that. I said he was flirting. Oh no, he's not flirting because he was so and so, or he's gay. And I'm like, yeah, he's gay until he ran into you. Yeah, he was gay. Yeah, he was sassy. And then he saw you and he hey Tisha, how you doing? You know, your lunch doesn't smell good. You cooked that? He's flirting with you. Oh no, he's not that. He's so and so from HR. Cut it out.
Yeah, no.
But I felt, I'm just being honest. I felt a woman that the lady who flirted with me today, I haven't been flirted towards by a woman like that in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
In a minute. Nice. And so I was thinking, you know, not is flirting dangerous, and then is how you respond to flirting.
That's it. It's a response to the flirting. You have to know, you know, if it's like this just game that we're going to play right now, and then we're going to go our separate ways. But if you don't recognize that this is a game, then you are entering into dangerous territory, because now this person is thinking, oh, well, okay, let's see where this goes. You know, and now you got to figure out, how do I now get out of this without somebody having an attitude and maybe even, you know, snapping on me.
Yeah. Well, my attitude was I was grateful. I was grateful. I caught it.
Yeah.
You know, but I didn't walk over towards it or anything like that, because I said, you know what, it's cool that you, but I know I can't. I can't. You can flirt all you want. That's fine. I appreciate you making a man feel good right now. I thank you. But I know I cannot engage your flirting because you know, what if my wife walked up? You know, I would hate. I would that would be a terrible. That'd be terrible in my heart. You know, to my wife seeing me pursuing somebody else because they said something nice. Dude, you're not that. You're not that thirsty for a compliment. I'm sorry.
No.
And so but I was thinking, I said, there is healthy flirting. There is sometimes, and again, I say this for Black women. I think sometimes Black men have to be the big brother of Black women.
Yeah.
And so you got to be able to say kind things to Black women that don't turn into some type of sexualized fantasy.
Right.
Nobody's checking for them and everybody's trying to be them.
It can be just a compliment.
Yeah. Simple.
That's it.
Compliment, moving on. It's kind of flirtatious, but really it's on the compliment side of the agenda, not on the agenda side of the agenda.
Right.
All right, we're going to go to a quick break. That was a quick little bonus section. Had to kick down his brain on that.
Yes.
I'll be living to your life. You know what's up. So things to me. Please work on me. Work on me on my phone. You know my secret. Please work on me. Lord, work on my mind. So I won't think no evil. No evil. Lord, work on my soul. I won't speak no evil. Speak no evil. Lord, work on my heart. So I can love everybody. Lord, work on my life. So I'll be a holy living. You know what's up. So things to me. Please work on me. Work on me. Know my faults. You know my faults. My secret. Please work on me. Work on me. You know what's up. So things to me. Work on me. Work on me. You know what's my secret. Work on me. Work on me. What's up? Something. Work on me. Work on me. My life. Please work on me. Work on me.
Travis Scott, Tucker,
Final segment. Issues After Dark. Donna Williams and Deion Evans.
Yep.
Yeah. I have so much fun dancing in this chair.
I see.
That's how I grew up dancing. I never danced on my legs.
Why?
Because, my sister and my cousin did that. I grew up in a house full of women. Yeah. The only male influence I had growing up was my grandfather.
Okay.
And he was typically away at work and come home in the evenings.
Mm-hmm.
So majority of my time, and they would be doing dance routines, and I didn't feel like being a part of that. And so they would dance, and they would get all this attention for dancing. And I would just sit there in the chair, just watching them dance. I never felt like I could get out the chair and dance. It didn't feel like it was a boy's thing to dance.
You're gonna have to get out of the chair and dance, Deion.
Yeah, but I like the chair now. I mean, I dance now. I mean, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The spontaneous dance sometimes, like we got this device in the house, the Hey Google, and my wife would be playing something in the kitchen on that. And every once in a while, we just spontaneously will dance. I love spontaneity.
Yes.
I don't like conversations about what we're gonna do. I like just things happen organically. There's something about that just blesses my heart to know that two people can be on the same page on a particular project or a duty or an act.
Yeah.
And they didn't have to talk about it. And as much as I like to talk,
yes.
As much as I like to talk, it's the nonverbal communication of oneness that does it for me in marriage. It's what does it for me in marriage.
That's good.
We have powerful conversations, but the moments that I cherish in marriage the most are the ones where we did not say a word, but we knew. But we knew. Those are the ones that, man, I'll be thinking about for days. And so we're gonna have to get Letitia back on later in this week because we need to discuss updates on the marriage show. I think that's what she calls it, the marriage show.
The marriage show.
Yeah.
All right.
Marriage show. It's just going to be 1 hour because she doesn't want to do more than an hour.
Okay.
But I think it'll be good. We haven't done anything else as far as particular. We know what song we're going to have as a theme song. You need a love
What's
of
the
your own.
song?
By the Average White Band. I think it's called the Average
Yeah.
White Band. You need a love. Of your own.
Well,
I think that's what it's
there's an irony there.
Yeah, you need a love of your own.
Yeah.
Oh, you believe me. She's totally blimming folks through the song. The sooner you get to have a love of your own. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty good. But I told her she's got to get out of her shell. I said, I don't want this grandma country. I want you to be who you are when we're at home talking.
Yeah.
That Letitia, the Letitia that talks to me at home and we talk about that Letitia will have a lot to provide.
But it's necessary.
She will be
it's necessary. And
she will have a lot to provide our audiences.
Yeah.
I said, don't come on with this Sunday school version of yourself. I'm not interested in that. Because they're gonna think I'm beating her up.
Oh Lord.
All right, now let's get to our final. This is our final 5 minutes. So let's we started out with a 22-year-old impersonating a 13-year-old, and it morphed to the idea of, well, hey, if you're letting everybody pick and choose what they can be, and you can be whatever you want to be, then why'd you fire her?
That doesn't work for adults.
Yeah.
In that capacity, that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
That was stupid. Some of the kids said, "You stupid. Why you do that? You stupid."
I wonder how many points she scored. Because they literally got a picture of her at the free throw line. So she got fouled. She got fouled in the act of shooting, Donna.
What if somebody shouted, "Shoot, Coach Boykins"? No.
How did Coach get to play? Crazy. And a JV game.
Yes.
I tell you, it'd have been worse if it had been a varsity game.
Yeah.
It'd have been worse.
Yeah.
But I still think the checks and balances are the same. If the coaches have been fired, what about the athletic director? Somebody in administration should be fired also. Just don't stop. Don't pass the buck on the coaches. I would love to know what really happened. There's got to be more to that story than what has been shared. Yeah. And then our second segment was Walmart banana trick. I'll be honest, I've thought about doing it. But
I'm not going to use self-checkout anymore. I'm going straight. I'll stand in the Target line because I'm not going to self-checkout anymore. I always feel funny anyway when I'm there. Like you're right. Like they're watching me to make sure. So I'm making sure. Okay, scanning, putting it in the bag, scanning, putting it in the bag so that you know.
It's like if you're black, you got to do extra.
Right. All the time.
It's like you got to do extra. Like I see people come up and they put stuff on the wrong side of the counter before they scan it. I'm like, man, the whole security force will be over here. Sir, did you put those tomatoes in the tomatoes on the wrong side? And maybe it's black trauma. Maybe it's black trauma that's causing. You know what I hate? I hate being in these public settings where I feel I have to be extra careful because I'm black. I don't like. I don't like it. You ever go into a store and it's clear that they're not used to people like you being in there?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And you got to be, or you're walking down the street and coming towards you is somebody from gentrification land.
Right.
And they're clutching their purse and their bag even tighter. And you got to walk ever so softly, or you got to walk further away from the curb, or you want to make sure that you're not walking in the same pathway. You're making all of these decisions because you're concerned about what they feel.
There are some stores I will not go into, period. I just won't. Yeah. Because I don't want to feel like I have to be 100% presentable in order to even be considered that it might be okay for me to be in that store. And it may not be the view of the staff, but it's just that thing that I carry with me.
History.
Some places will see me as
history.
Unacceptable.
It's black trauma, Donna.
Yeah.
You know, there are certain situations where, because you are a black woman, they are going to get away with dealing with you differently. Yeah. And you're trying to avoid that by being as white as you can.
Either that or being at a school social.
and they got fried chicken and watermelon and a bunch of other stuff. Do you eat the watermelon or the fried chicken with your hands?
I will eat the fried chicken with my hands. I will. I will eat the watermelon. Doesn't bother me anymore.
See,
I learned how in home economics they taught me how to do the chicken with the knife and the fork and I can do that. But you know, the only thing
you
is
do
I
that
can't
in mixed company? In mixed company when you eat watermelon and fried chicken.
Yeah.
See,
the only thing I can't do is to eat a chicken wing the way I would like to eat a chicken wing. I can't eat it the way I would eat it at home. Can't do that. But I don't know. Yes, I'll go, ooh, watermelon. Come on here. Yeah. I have long gotten over that part.
Speaking of watermelon and chicken,
I don't.
Somebody is sure to bring to the Black History Month.
Don't.
Prepare for Black History Month, Donna. Give the people some thoughts going into Black History Month.
You know what, Dion? I worked at a school that for Women's History Month, they would research individual women. They would do the project and work on it. Why is it that we can't do that for Black History Month? We got to do Crisscross and Penny Proud and whatever else. Medea. Why?
Because Black History Month is about getting away with some stuff under the guise of celebration that you wouldn't dare pull on March 1st.
But it's acceptable. But on March 1st, you're going to do research on women who haven't been presented in history before.
And won't none of them be from February.
No.
All right. Issues After Dark, Donna and Dion. Tomorrow we got our Bible study. And so tune in. It's going to be a good one. Good night. God bless.
You have been listening to Issues After Dark with Donna Williams and Dion Evans. Follow updates regarding Issues After Dark on Bitter Cup Media. Follow Bitter Cup Media on your favorite social media platform. Listen live each night, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Join the conversations and please ensure your support. Donations to support this broadcast can be sent to Cash App, Venmo, or Zelle at Bitter Cup Media. And as our hosts would say, good night and God bless you.
You are listening to the Bitter Cup Media, where inspired controversial conversations matter.
Thank you for tuning in to Bitter Cup Media for your broadcast needs. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Search Bitter Cup Media. Tell a friend, coworker, or family member to join you in listening to our cutting-edge radio broadcast. Remember this, even if our hearts condemn us, God is greater than our hearts, and He knows all things. Bitter Cup Media, signing off.
Clap your hands, everybody. Praise Him because you're still standing. Praise Him because you're still here. Praise Him because all things work together. Hey, y'all clap your hands. Let's celebrate. Let's dance in here. Come on. Oh. Let's go, come on. Let's go, come on. Let's go, come on. Let's go, come on. You're not jumping. You're not praising. Oh! Yeah! 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 Oh!